been doing that. There's a good atmosphere. Everyone's working for each other. They're not just sparring partners. They're training. You know, AJ's working on everything. He looks in tremendous condition. He's ready. You know, just a few weeks to go now, and just fine tune. Doing many rounds of sparring. He looks in tremendous shape and in good spirits.
As much as we've seen Alexander Usyk bulking up for this fight, I saw some photos of AJ in training looking really lean. Is that what we're seeing from him? Is he cutting down?
No, he didn't look that lean yesterday, but I mean, he's just a unit, isn't he? I mean, I don't know what his weight will be. I guess he looks the similar kind of weight as the last Ruiz fight or the Pulev fight. It's more about just being boxing ready. You know, I think back in the day, a lot of the training was focused around explosive stuff and lifting and stuff like that. And now it's just focused around boxing, which is the old school mentality. But that's what you do in the ring. And I think he's very smart what they've been working on. And don't know, I didn't see him with his top off, but he looks bloody big to me.
Those are the words of Eddie Hearn when asked about Anthony Joshua's training camp, and he gave you guys a little insight, and I wanted to share with you guys about Anthony Joshua's training camp. You know, he has the sparring partners. He has a lot of people that's aiding him, assisting him to prepare for Alexander Usyk. Okay, Usyk himself will be a problem, and I like the idea of them putting together this type of group, this type of crew for Alexander Usyk, and it shows you that they're taking him seriously. Okay, and you can look at Anthony Joshua. We all know, we've seen the side-by-side comparisons of Anthony Joshua in previous fights when he was all bulky and stuff like that, looking like an action superstar, versus now he's looking more like a boxer. Okay, boxers don't need muscles to win fights. They need technique, skill, and training, okay, and a game plan. But it definitely shows you that he is trimming down for this fight. Now, Eddie Hearn also went on to say, well, hey, he looked big to me, you know. Well, you know, I mean, I think Eddie's not paying attention to his physicality, because, I mean, if you're always looking at someone and they're always in shape, when have you seen Anthony Joshua fat? Okay, Counterpunch. So, you know, looking from Eddie Hearn's perspective, looking at someone that you're always seeing, wow, he's good. You know what I mean? Unless you see otherwise, him got a gut or him getting fat or whatever, you know, something, a drastic change on the way he looks. He's not really paying attention to that. But he is focused, and he does, and he's showing you that, hey, Anthony Joshua's smart, and he's really taking his craft seriously. And that's what's important. Now, the weird thing I want to add about Alexander Usyk, I see him bulking up, and I see him, you know, working out on a lot of strengthening, conditioning, and, you know, getting bigger. And it's like, I'm looking at that, and I will say the same thing about Alexander Usyk that I'll say about Anthony Joshua. It is not needed. Absolutely not. I think, if anything, Alexander Usyk should have a mindset, or should I say should have, because, you know, I don't think he could shred down now, because it's only like, what, the fight is like 2.5 weeks away. But I think he should have the mentality of someone like Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao wasn't known to be big. His attributes, when he had a good punch, he threw punches in bunches, he came at weird angles, but he used his size, and his size was small because he was smaller than most welterweights, most junior welterweights. He was smaller than those guys because he was coming up from a smaller weight class. In Alexander Usyk's situation, I think bulking up is not the answer. You know what I mean? Because I know he's bulking up because he feels that he has to combat with, you know, a bigger guy. You know what I mean? You can't make David Goliath, and you can't make Goliath David. Okay? So I think that's wrong, you know, because if he does bulk up too much, look what happened to Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua couldn't move like he moved. He couldn't move like he could versus his June fight with Ruiz versus his December fight. He couldn't move like he could move in December and June. Okay, so, you know, some things will have to be learned, but that's what fine-tuning is, learning and living is all about. The unfortunate thing about boxing is sometimes you only have that one ticket. That's why people are so hesitant to want to take on other fighters or other tough fighters, somebody that may be at their level or a little better. They always want to shoot right to the star, right to the moon, because the moon they know if they don't do it, then they may not ever get the opportunity. But back to Eddie Hearn, he likes how Anthony Joshua's looking in training camp, and it looks like a very promising fight. Both fighters are working hard. You guys tell me what you think of Eddie Hearn. Speaking on Anthony Joshua's camp, of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.